Sup, everybody? Let's get this stream started, man. I'm ready. Let's do it. Dearest at Marvel Champions. Um. Hmm. So. I read a little bit of the 6.3 announcement. Excited to rank up some champs for it. But now I'm thinking that I may need the 6.2 rewards for additional rank ups. You forced my hand. But not tonight. No, live. Okay. Read a little bit of the 6.3 announcement because I had to rank up some champs for it. But now I'm thinking I may need the 6.2 rewards for additional rank ups. You know what? Let's just leave it at that, actually. Tweet. Good enough. What up, everybody? How you guys all doing? Hope you're doing great on this Wednesday evening, baby. Oh, yes. Dr. Doom sending over 2 saying, grind for me. Is your birthday? Dr. Doom. I don't know if you're aware of this, but my birthday happened months and months and many months ago. We're almost back around to the next birthday at this point. I'm significantly closer to my next birthday than my last. But we're not there yet. And therefore I will not be grinding for you. Not even on my birthday. I will, however, do this, though. Snap! Thank you very much, Dr. Doom. I'm sure that hurt you more than it hurt me. Because you're a weakling. Hey, wait a minute. Why is my... I just noticed my game's kind of messed up. Like, it's not framed... Hold on, let me try to fix that if I can. It's bizarre. Let's see if plugging it back in does anything. Please? Is it messed up? It's messed up, isn't it? I'll try one more time here. No. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious, guys. This is what happens. Give me 1 sec. I will get this fixed. Broke everything? I know, I did break everything. Okay, don't go anywhere. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to close OBS and restart it. It should take like literally 3 seconds. Okay, let's try. Okay, that was slightly longer than 3 seconds. I think it's broken though. I think I broke it, guys. What gives, man? Where's my game? Lame. Do that? Nope. What the hell? Why the technical difficulties? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I don't know what I need to do. I might need to restart my computer, which is gonna suck. We could just pretend like this never happened. Maybe we'll have to do that. I don't know. I'm gonna try one last time of just restarting OBS. We'll see how this goes. Actually, hold on. Before I do that, maybe if I go into here, and if I click on this. Oh, let's not click on that. Let's click that. Oof. Well, I don't know what I just did now. Oh boy. Are you playing Black Screen Simulator? Yeah, it's a new game. Kabam, they made it, so it's great. What the hell, man? All right, I'll be right back a sec. Hey! I think we're good now. Okay. Should be good now. Refresh if you don't see me end the game. Okay. Hey. Alright. Technical. Oh, I'm here. Oh boy. Oh, these are close to expiring. We need to claim some of these. Oh boy. Oh boy. But, okay. Technical difficulty solved. Because I'm a professional. Duh. Hey, my first time streaming, guys. You know what I mean? Alright. I saw your comment, by the way, Frojo. Black the screen to buy units. You son of a... Oh, man. Alright. Claim some of these. I'll finish claiming the dungeon rewards, and then I'll get out of here. Just gotta claim enough to make sure things don't expire on you. But not too many. Oh, you see that? You see that revive right there? This is a pro tip, guys. You think I do this? You think I do this just because it's something to do? Because I'm bored? Or something? No, guys. You see that revive up there for completed event? I'm holding on to that revive because I'm going to use that revive in 6.3. I don't know if it's going to last that long. But if I claim it right now, that revive goes into the overflow. I already have revives expiring in the overflow. They're somewhere in here. Yeah, they're in here. So it would expire before I got to 6.3. So if you hold it in the rewards section, well, that gives me an extra 7 days before it has to go to the item overflow. It's like this. You do the event. It goes into the reward overflow. Then it goes to the item overflow after you claim it. And then you got some extra time to use it. So we'll see what happens. That particular one might still expire, but other ones in there, maybe not. You're such a fox, BG. Aw, thanks, man. Ooh, cutoffs. Okay. I have 3 of these waiting, I think, because of you. Wait, hold on. What was your other messages? I saw you type out some stuff here. What is it? Say, wait, I did something tonight. I used one of the 2 generics I've had for however many months on Claire and gave her 120 stones. Not because she needed it, but because I wanted to. Oh, yeah. No regrets. Felt so good. Nice, dude. Congrats. Wait, Super Dirty Pickle sending over 2 saying last, just go look really quick. Kinky Wizard. Kinky, what? I actually just saw it. before before you sent over that $2. I was already on it. But Super Dirty Pickle. Thank you for the that was the last, yeah. Thank you for the 2, man. I appreciate it, man. But yeah, okay, all right. I'm gonna go look at your Kinky Wizard, man. I was getting on it. All right, Kinky Wizard. This is you, right here. Super Dirty Pickle. You gotta work on it, man. Listen, I don't want to be rude. You know, we all start somewhere, but you gotta step your game up, bro. This is unacceptable. Oh wait, that wasn't you? Okay, well let's take a look at you. Kinky Wizard, you gotta step up your game, bro. No, I'm just kidding. Nice, dude. Very nice. Ooh, she's so shiny and hooded, and that cape is great. No, she's awesome, man. This is really cool. I still wonder about that awaken ability, man. I always hear she doesn't need it and all that, but I wonder if there's a way to make it work. She's so cool, though, man. Awesome. Congrats, dude. What? Is that still showing Aegon? More stones are needed. Yeah, man. She's deep in the profile. Ooh, I gotta exit out of this quest real quick, too. I was in here just counting things for a video. 1,500 5-star shards from the daily quest epic. Is this every day? I think it's every other day, if I'm not mistaken. Because I think one day we get shards, and the next day we get catalyst fragments, and then shards, fragments, back and forth. I think that's how it goes. I ain't no expert. But I think that's how it goes. Speaking of, you know what? I gotta dump some energy. I already did the events today. You know, I wanted to look at this event though. So the rewards here are not really worth it for me to do it. Although that is plus 4 sig stones for the 3 stars, not that bad. But I want to see if it's still 3 paths in here. It is still 3 paths. My goodness, that is a lot of energy, a lot of fights. Holy moly. Craziness. The rewards are good though, so I mean, you know, I'll take it. Alright, let's pop in this quest. And I guess I'm gonna go with this team. No, you know what? Let's throw... well, I don't need Wolverine on the team anymore because of Colossus, right? But I kind of... you know what? I want to throw Venom in there. I like Venom. Screw it. Never mind. I want... well, I guess I still got... I got the crit synergy either way. What is this one? Start... and that's lame. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. Hype was the way to go all along. Excuse me. This is the new team. This is ever since the Colossus buff rework. This is now the new team. That is a very bright spaceship right there, man. Somebody pointed that out in my Alliance chat. Holy crap, they're all over the place. Wow. Oh, is this a number 4, kind of? 4 4s? My goodness. Alright, anyway. We got any items around here? I don't think so. Let's just pick a path. Let's go right. Only 1 energy per, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 1 energy per tile is not too bad. It's just a bit time consuming. It's PI when I look in prestige. When you look correct, that is correct. That's absolutely correct. Just on by dropping a leg. Doc Strange, thanks, man. Fight Gwenpool to get Merc and Hero counters towards the objectives. And I don't really want to play as Gwenpool. Or wait, fighting against Gwenpool or fighting as Gwenpool? Either way. I don't got time for that nonsense. Just gonna burn some energy and then hit the arenas. 21 energy per difficulty. Is it 21? That's not bad. I actually thought it was a little bit more than that. I thought it was closer to like 30, I guess. 21's really not bad. So I'm gonna do... I think I'm gonna do 3 difficulties each day. So a little bit less than an energy refill. Maybe I won't do the second one. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna do the highest 2 difficulties to get the 5-star sig stones. Oh my goodness, guys! I'm loving the 5-star sig stone gain right now. It is so good. BG, thoughts on 6.3 rewards? Surprising that there is no awakening gem. Other than the lack of awakening gem, the rewards seem solid. But that is quite surprising. I really thought we were gonna get an awakening gem crystal and then a generic for 100% or something like that. But looks to not be the case, which makes me wonder. Like I really thought we were, you know, I'm still thinking we're gonna get a 6-star awakening gem for Cyber Monday, but you know, now it's put a little bit of doubt in my mind since we're not getting a 6-star awakening gem from 6-3. So I'm curious, man. Maybe they're just gonna load us up with like sig stones or something like that. Maybe they think we're not ready for it. I don't know. Have the stones, but that's about all of them. Should I just max or BG? Super dirty pickle. You already went in pretty deep. You might as well go all the way. I don't know. That probably doesn't make sense since you don't really need the awakening ability. But wait, I used Clairvoyance awakened ability for the 5th time today since I've had her, which is since the day she came out. Wow, only the 5th time. Oh, by the way, I don't know how you feel about the new emoji or the new member badge. It's kind of funny. I'm not entirely sure if that's gonna be the permanent one, but I kind of like it. You thought that banana bush was just a banana bush, but no, it's alive, man. A banana is a living, breathing creature of the night. At least this banana is, and that was just sprouting some hair. Turns out the banana is the nose, which is for all you biology nerds out there, that is how people grow too. They start with the nose. Not too many people know this, but they start with the nose, and then the rest of the body grows around it, just like the banana bush. Just read the new YouTube user agreement starting December 10th. It specifically states we cannot harass you about the website anymore. What? Really? Yes! Finally! My troubles are over. Don't hear yourself, BG, every day. Pixieville, every day. BG, by Oracle, Colossus or Corvus to rank 4. Colossus is duped, and I don't run suicides. Oh. Without, okay. Well, if you ran suicides, I would say Corvus 100%. Without suicides, I don't know. Colossus, he seems like he's pretty darn good. I might take mine to rank 5. I just don't know enough about him to really give advice on it yet. I played him, I brought him for synergies, and then I realized in the event quest, I was like, oh crap, I need incinerate immunity. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I already have this team here. I already lost my void or something like that. I don't remember what I was doing. And oh, unblockable. Oh, jeez, am I gonna die here too? Ah, my god. Anyway, I was like, oh crap. And then I looked at Colossus, and I was like, I can't remember if he's incinerate immune or just cold snap immune. And it turns out he's both. What a monster. Immune to all bleed, incinerate, cold snap, and frostbite. So I used him to get through the path, and he crushed it. He was super strong. So I mean, that's my entirety of my experience with him, but he's pretty good. So yeah, he might be worth ranking up over Corvus for you. It's a little bit, like I said, it's a little bit tough to say right now, but I could potentially see it. Might not be that great for this fight in particular. Oh, no, that's done, actually. Easy. Actually, the person begins to form in the stomach by the anus. Same with the banana, I guess. Is that actually true? Never mind. I don't even want to know. That's weird. Do you think they might have a good 12k unit offer for completion of 6-3? It's possible. Certainly possible. I'm almost positive that we are going to get some kind of offer. Whether it's good or not, time will tell. What's up, Aaron Abdo? Website? Yeah, I wish I had more units because I would love to potentially pick up the 6-3 offer, but that is just not going to happen. By the time I finish 6-3, I'll have spent 15k on Cyber Monday, which right now only leaves me with about 1,200, but by the time Cyber Monday rolls around, I should have about 8,000 units. But those 8,000 units, I'm going to have to spend on boosts and potentially revives and stuff like that to make it through 6-3. I can stall as much as possible. I can grind as hard as possible, but I don't think I'll be able to do Cyber Monday, Legends Run, and the 12k offer. I could do 2 of the 3. No more. He's also armor break immune to non-tech. Yeah, that's crazy, man. They really loaded him up with a lot of immunities. Something that I still don't know how I feel about the evolution of just tossing in tons and tons of immunities to these champions. But hey, man, we talked about that a lot yesterday, so I won't go on a rant about that again. Dang got her to 174. Is that enough? Super Dirty Pickle. Give one more look for me. I won't be satisfied until she is number 1. Smooch. Okay. Kinky. Wizard. Uh-oh. Oh boy, she's number 2. Almost. Yeah, almost. Close, but no cigar. Super Dirty Pickle, thank you very much for the now 7, though. I appreciate that, man. But she ain't quite there. Sorry to tell you this, but you are not satisfied. You are also not the father. Oh. But thank you, dude. Things got really crazy when it's hard to decide whether to rank up Colossus or Corvus. Yeah, right? It's so... man. Definitely something that I didn't think I'd ever be saying. Same thing when, like, with She-Hulk. She-Hulk is amazing, too. Even post-Nerf. And Nerf, I mean, she was still... yeah, she's still incredible. And, like, that... like, She-Hulk and Colossus legit might be some of my next rank ups. I'm going to need some additional firepower to get through the Science Gate in 6.2.6. And because Colossus synergizes with Omega Red, I'm probably going to be tagging him along in the Mutant Gate in 6.2.5. So I'm thinking if I rank both of those champions up, it'll help get through those gates. Not to mention, I mean, She-Hulk just in general could potentially help against the champion, make things a little bit safer maybe. Although I am feeling really good about Sim Supreme right now. But then also Colossus, I wouldn't just be ranking him up for the gate either. I'd be ranking him up because I use Omega Red everywhere, so might as well keep ranking champs to go with Omega Red. Like that's gonna be one of the strongest combos in the game. Is just Omega Red and Colossus together. Like you're still gonna want what's his face? You're still gonna want Saberman on the team because of the synergy being so strong for Omega Red. But just think about how much is covered by Omega Red and Colossus. You've got Poison and Bleed from Omega Man here, and then basically the rest of everything else with Colossus. The only thing that you don't have immunity to is Shock with those two. I mean, couple other things too, but like elemental damage wise, or damage type. Maybe not. Maybe elemental wasn't the right word, but damage type. Lakers Bodyguard sending over a buck, saying happy birthday, 100 mil for Doom. Wait, Lakers Bodyguard, you are Dr. Doom, are you not? Can you confirm? Were you the Dr. Doom that sent over 2 earlier? But no, I'm not going for Dr. Doom. I would love to get him. He seems really cool, really fun. Love his animations. Probably meets all of the criteria of a champion that I would enjoy playing to give myself a break from playing Omega Red in every single situation. And high prestige, all that. I've got the rank up gem. It'd be fantastic if I could get a Doom, but 100 mil, that is out of the question. I ain't doing 100 mil. I will pass. Oh, whoa, what kind of damage did I just take? What's on this node? Is this... oh, my God. Oh, this is probably the node... this is probably the node from the 4th quest. What's it called? Destructive feedback. Yeah, at the start of the fight, the defender gains Connect Shield, preventing them from taking damage for 10 seconds. While the shield is active, all damage dealt by the attacker, excluding damage from Special 3 attack, is stored. Really? Excluding from Special 3? When the shield expires, the defender takes all stored damage. However, if the defender makes contact with the attacker, the damage is reflected onto them instead. When the shield expires, there's a 15-second cooldown before it activates again. Did that always exclude Special 3? I didn't realize that. If that is how it worked. It's from the 4th quest of 6.2. Oh man, there's a lot of nodes on this guy. Holy moly! All right, well, let's be a little bit more careful, and we're going with Void. His shock landing is probably one of my favorite animations, dude. Everything about Doom, like they went all in on that guy, man. His regular attacks, his specials, like just everything about him, so cool. His special 3 just taking you to an entirely different environment, I think is awesome. So cool. I want him, guys. But I won't be able to go for him. Alright. Now it's time to be careful. Oh, goodness gracious. We're fine. We're fine. We're totally fine. Everything's alright. He's gonna die. Yep. Pop. Greedy's very well done. Yeah. Doom is totally wizard, bro. I know. It's great. It's did 6.2, and yes, it is. Yeah. Guess you'd open featured 5-star for Doom? Ha. Featured crystal? Me? Over my dead body. Oh, Shark, by the way. Laura said to tell you that she wanted to show you Lola tonight, but she went to bed early. Alright, let's get out of here. Don't forget his block. Oh, yeah, his block, too. Block animation is sick, too, man. Everything about him. God, why are you guys... Can we stop talking about Doom? Because I have the resources, guys. I have the freaking resources. I have the Awakening Gem. I have not enough 6 stones to max him out, but I've got a pretty good amount of them. I've got 72. And with potentially getting more from like a Cyber Monday offer or maybe the holidays, something like that, it's a great start towards getting Doom all the way sigged up. It would solve my prestige problems for a long time to come, even though I think they're kind of already getting solved by the champions that I have right now. As soon as I finish ranking up Phoenix, at least she's at 160. Mysterio, he'd get replaced, and I already knew he was gonna get replaced relatively soon, but needed something, so he's almost 200. I might as well finish that up. And then Thing is kind of the same situation. I can get him to 189 right now. So pretty soon I'll have these 3 champions, and then yeah, I'll be over 10-6. I'll be like 10-6, 30, something like that. But if I got Doom, I'd be pushing close to 10-7, man. It's crazy. Craziness. But I can't go for him, man. It's just too many units. Oh, and then of course the big old 4-5 gem here. Oh, man. Sounds like you want us to talk you into buying a few calves? No, that is definitely not happening. I will say this, though, about the calves. I am very low on gold. And, oh, I have enough gold to donate this week again now, so that's good. Might as well go take care of that right now before I forget. It's already, what, Wednesday? So, yeah, I could donate for this week. What is it again? 440, that's right. But that's all my gold. You know what I mean? I need to do some rank ups, especially for 6-3. And how do you get gold? Well, in one way is to open up calves and sell the ISO. So no, I'm not going to be doing that. That's it, right? Yeah. Okay. All right, good. Yeah. Anyway, let's go hit the arena. But yeah, I'm not gonna be grinding. I'm not gonna be grinding. Not gonna be open up calves. What I will do, however, is do a Doomsday's grind fest. Every day that Doom is in the arena, I will be grinding. I don't know exactly what time, but I'll probably start the grind. I'll probably start a day stream. I'll probably fire up a day stream as soon as the Doom Arena begins. But then it's gonna fluctuate from day to day as to like when I'm live during the daytime and then normal time at night. But yeah, man, grind support for other people. Hey Brian, long-time listener, first-time commenter. Well, I get the feeling that this is not the real Kabam Mike, and I don't like impersonators in here. If there's some way to verify yourself. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to ask you to come back on a different non-trolling name. If that is indeed an imposter, which it likely is. BG, given your thoughts recently, if Ghost had to be exactly how she is, would you prefer she wasn't in the game? You mean like if she continues to stay as powerful as she is, and I had my pick to leave her in the game or just remove her from the game? Yeah, I would remove her from the game. I'd be happier without her. That is correct. However, that's not what I would ideally want to do. Ideally, she would just be rebalanced. Still one of the strongest champions, but just rebalanced to not be as strong. And then, yeah, everything would be great. B doesn't take kindly to posers. That is true. BG, why don't you go for some SIG levels on your Civil Warrior? Would give you some Battleships Gold, and he'll probably go pretty low. Well, I thought about that, Abdo, and I still just gotta make content. I gotta focus on making content. So I'll be going for all the milestones. I'll be going for all the milestones, and then probably just ending it there. I don't really want to talk more about, what's it called? I don't really want to talk more about, nerfs and stuff, though, man. We talked about it last couple nights. People get upset. I'm not here to try to make people upset. I have no control over what happens in the game. I'm not asking, what's it called? I'm not going to be asking Kabam to make any changes or nerfs or anything like that. It's just how I feel. That's all. You check Twitter, Kabam. Mike said he's coming to the stream. Oh, is that actually Mike? Not an impersonator, but I am flattered. Okay, wow, okay. Well, what's up, Mike? How you doing, dude? Bummed that you weren't at Comic-Con this year. But good to see you in the stream. Sorry that I didn't believe you, as you can imagine. There's sometimes impersonators in here. I love annoyed Brian. I can't help it. I'm not really annoyed. If it's coming off that way, maybe. But Beaver, if you could fuse 2 champs, who would you choose and why? 2 champions? Ooh. Well, the closest that I can come to a Halloween version of Rocket Raccoon, Rabies Rocket, would be Ebony Maw and Rocket. So those 2 champions. Basically zombie Rocket in a way. Less zombie though, and maybe just more like infested kind of demon Rocket kind of thing. Would you, given the current state of the game, would you prefer to have hairy fingers or totally webbed toes? Oof. Webbed toes. They would help in the bathtub. You know, go for a little swim. If you drop the soap, you could use it to kind of scoop it up. That type of thing. Sorry, BG, just kind of getting a view on things. I don't know, it's all good, man. It's all good. To be honest, I have thought about making a video just talking about like the power creep situation in MCOC. I do think that things got a little bit out of hand, and every time it gets out, like, I don't know, things just escalate very, very quickly when something goes left unchecked. Which is one of the reasons that I liked 12.0, is because I feel like they were putting in systems that would make it much more difficult to have things kind of spiral out of control. But yeah, this is kind of what I think is happening. But yeah, if I make a video, that'll probably just piss people off even more. But I thought like some visual aids might help illustrate my point. But then yeah, if something did happen, then I would just totally get blamed, and I'm not looking to do that. I'd rather just relax, enjoy the game for what it is. I was taking time asking this. Hope you see it last time asking also. Whoa, dude, getting a little pushy. I'm uncollected, or in uncollected. Kang kept gaining 100% health no matter how low I got him. Did it 3 times when I gave him a go earlier. Well, I haven't fought Kang in uncollected yet. I just did the 3rd quest, I think, for a first time clear. So I don't know anything about that Kang. Does he maybe have the same node that he does in uncollected? Like what makes him special? Does he have a healing node? In Uncollected, there's a Kang that has what's it called? There's a Kang that has the ability to heal all the way to 100% every like 20 seconds or so if you don't have a shock or incinerate debuff on him. I wonder if this is kind of a similar situation. But yeah, I won't know until I get there. So I'm sorry, man. I don't have any way of actually helping in this case. But there may be some content out there if you do a YouTube search. Little bit of guide info on how to take them down, potentially. Super Dirty Pickle sent over 5 saying you're annoyed. It's okay. Wow. Okay. We forgot your birthday. Just because you had one of the sickest items runs ever doesn't excuse us forgetting your birthday. Wow. Well, Super Dirty Pickle, man. It's okay. I forgive you. Even though my birthday was like 9 months ago or something. But yeah, man, thank you very much for the 5 more. The down 12. Thank you very much, dude. Also, the Nerf discussion was incredibly boring. I mean, some discussions are going to be boring to some people, while others interesting. I know some people find it interesting. But, yeah, like I already said, I'm not really here to talk Nerfs every night. So, BG, they're making a Mighty Ducks reboot series on Disney+. Pixie Belle, is it confirmed? Oh my goodness. I hope they do it justice. I have a bit more faith in reboots with Cobra Kai. So, yeah, maybe it'll be really cool. I hope so. I hope it'll be awesome. It's like, okay, believe so. Okay, all right, yeah. I'll. Oh man, Disney Plus though. I don't know if I'm gonna get Disney Plus. I guess it's relatively cheap, but man, you start adding up all these services, and it gets pretty pricey, especially since I'm not into watching TV shows and movies all that much as it is. So yeah. BG, should I rank up my Void unduped though? 4-star. Not really. No, Void is... he kind of needs to be awakened. So yeah. I'd recommend not ranking him up and going with another champion for now until you have some way of getting him awakened. Once you can get him awakened, he's a powerhouse of a champion. He's amazing. It would have been really funny if no one wished BG on his actual birthday. It might happen. I'm not going to tell you guys when my actual birthday is again. Where is this podcast, Brian? What podcast? The podcast that I mentioned a long time ago? Is that what you're talking about? I haven't brought up a podcast in a long time. But I was going to have one. It was gonna be for the deeper discussions. It was gonna be BG Unpeeled was the name of it. Where yeah, I was gonna get into it, man. I was gonna lay it all out there. You did nerf Blade single-handedly? What? Oh man, see, we need to end this talk. We need to end this talk before we get back into it. If I did a podcast, would you guest on it? Mike, are you thinking about doing a podcast? Yeah, sure, man. I'd be a guest on it. I didn't get a chance to listen to you and Thel on the UMCOC podcast yet. I'm planning on listening to it at some point here though. I just need to find some time. Find some time during the grind. Pop the podcast on. Take a listen. Lakers Bodyguard sending over 2 more saying, oh man. Then you have ruined my birthday. You have single-handedly ruined my birthday, Lakers Bodyguard. Well, that's okay though. Maybe you didn't ruin it. Maybe you enhanced it. Instead of a birthday, it's a whole birth year. The year of the banana. I think 2019. That's all it was. 2019 was the year of the banana. But Lakers Bargard, thank you very much for another 2-bad. Appreciate it. Good morning, BG. Enzo, what up, man? How you doing, dude? I have 5-star Awakening Gem. Should I use it or use on my Wasp or Rhino? Wait, hold on. Have a 5-star Awakening Gem. Should I use it? Okay, use it on your Wasp or Rhino. That's what you're asking. I would not give that Awakening Gem to either of those champions. Wasp is actually a pretty powerful champion, but I feel like other champions need it more. And Rhino is not a champion that you should ever use an Awakening Gem on. Rhino is surprisingly fun. He doesn't get enough credit for just being a fun character in the game. It's really fun dashing through projectiles. If you ever see like Doctor Strange loading up a special one, and you just back yourself up to the other side of the screen, you just dash right through it. It's awesome. I wish... I wish... what's it called? I wish Rhino was better. Vote Rhino for the next buff. That'd be awesome. But yeah, as it stands, no, you should never give that guy an Awakening Gem. I'd recommend saving it. I don't know for who exactly. There's a bunch of champions that will be more worth it to awaken than Wasp or Rhino, though. Yo, BG, would you rather have teeth or hair? Wait, teeth for hair or hair for teeth? Oh, no, teeth for hair, man. If I could have some kind of hair, any kind. Wait, pit hair, etc. counts? Oh. Oh, well, that's different. Nah, still teeth for hair, yeah. What up, BG? Just pulled 5-star ghost. Congrats, man. That's awesome. Congrats on the good luck. Imposter. No, it's actually Kabam Mike Star. I thought the same thing. Thought it was another imposter. Your buddy Legacy has over 1,000 viewers at this time of night. Freaking crazy. Is Lags streaming right now? What is Lags doing? I'm curious. I didn't realize he was streaming. Whoa. He is streaming. Oh, cool, man. Well, you guys got your pick. Legacy's live doing Uncollected. So I don't know if that person is in here right now who is asking. I'm gonna die. Damn. Who was asking for tips on Uncollected, but Legacy's going through it right now. So you can go check out that if you're interested. If you grew up with Disney cartoons like Goof Troop, Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers, oh, I did like Rescue Rangers. Chip and Dale, Tailspin, it will be on Disney Plus. See, I mean, I did grow up with those shows, but I don't know if I have a whole lot of interest in going back and watching them again, kind of thing. Not that they're bad, but you know, I don't know, just don't have an interest with it. I tell you what I do have an interest in, though. Playing Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers for NES. That was one of my favorite games growing up. I don't know if anyone here played that game on original Nintendo, but it was actually a super sick game. Super fun. Pretty hard, but not too hard. It was like the perfect difficulty for an NES game. It's multiplayer. I got to play with a buddy, play with my brother all the time. It's awesome. Kabam. Oh man, super dirty pickle. Am I gonna regret reading this? How would you improve MCOC? BG, I wish Rhino was better. Kabam. Okay, thank you, BG, for joining us today. Oh, is that for the podcast you're talking about? Dude, I would totally say that. Rhino. Here's the champions I want buffed the most. Storm, number 1. Storm is definitely number 1. Number 2, I don't know who number 2 is. But, yeah, since Rhino came up, Rhino is definitely on the short list. Rhino would be top 5 champs to buff. I want to say Rocket, but that might be a little selfish just because Rocket's my old favorite. Who else, man? I mean, Magneto, of course, but Magneto scares me, man, because I already get wrecked by Magneto from time to time, and if he gets buffed, it needs to be in a way that I'm not going to get wrecked. So yeah, A little bit worried about that. Slightly worried. How'd you get so good? Well, I play this game every day from the moment I wake up until the moment my head hits the pillow. So eventually, over time, I picked up a few little tips. Actually, how I got good is I subscribed to the Dork Lessons channel. And Dork Lessons, he's got some amazing videos on how to fight like a ninja. And if you go over and check out his channel, and check out the series How to Fight Like a Ninja, you too will improve your game. And then a little bit of practice, yeah. I'm a beautiful streamer. I agree with Enzo about the bubble wrap. You should make a short survey about it. Oh man, well thank you very much, but bubble wrap would win. I would vote for bubble wrap. I'd vote for it. ABG, Aegon or Ghost? In terms of rank up, it depends on what you're looking for. Both solid champions for sure. I think Ghost is the more widely usable champion. Even when looking at something like Labyrinth of Legends, which Aegon excels at, Ghost is also extremely powerful there. So in most cases I would recommend Ghost, but she has a very particular playstyle. And if you aren't comfortable with that playstyle, or you just don't like it, you know, don't rank up a champion that you're not going to enjoy playing. It's kind of like me with Quake. I recognize that Quake is amazing, but I just don't enjoy playing Quake. So I'm not saying I'll never rank her, but I'm probably not going to be ranking her anytime soon. So yeah, it just depends. A little bit of personal preference. I think Aegon, his biggest, the biggest benefit to ranking up Aegon is how powerful he is inside of Labyrinth. He can be a little bit difficult to use elsewhere just because you can't always ramp him up. And I should say too that his playstyle is also not for everybody. I think I would have a lot of fun playing Aegon sometimes. But to have to build him up every time you want to use him, to me that would get a little bit old outside of the huge quests like Labyrinth. So even if there was some other areas to build him up, which there are, he's definitely someone you could build up in Act 6, probably in Act 5, although he wasn't in the game when Act 5 was out, so could probably be built up there too, but yeah, he just can't be built up everywhere. So, just got to keep that in mind. But both good champions. Depends on your personal preference for the most part. Have you ever taken performance-enhancing beans to get so good? Well, Dale, the secret about beans is that they're all performance-enhancing. You're... Oh, man, I can't even say it with a straight face. Your farts will be drastically enhanced. Which, of course, is only there to serve your performance in-game. ABG just got here from Legacy's suddenly viral stream. It's on YouTube Gaming Live on the homepage. Ooh, that's cool. Also just got 5 stars, Spider-Gwen. Pretty thrilled. Nice, man. Congrats on your Spider-Gwen. The run earlier was so much fun and so satisfying. All jokes aside, one of my favorite streams ever. I'm almost done making a little bit of a highlight clip of it. Super dirty pick. I love the whole run. It's kind of tough to put together. I'm trying to find the right songs to back it, and I don't know. Some people are gonna like the songs I chose, and some people are not gonna like it. Well, it's gonna be a little bit split on this one. Whereas I feel like the last one, probably more people would be into. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, it'll be uploaded relatively soon. But yeah, man, that was a ton of fun for me. That was a lot of fun for me. I'm uploading that video not even for you guys. I'm uploading that video so that I can go back and watch it a year from now and be like, damn, I remember 6.2. This content was awesome. You talk about some good counters for Doom for this month's event quest yet? I have not. I actually haven't went up against Doom yet. So, I don't even know what nodes he has. I'm only in the well, I guess now I'm in the 4th quest of Uncollected, but I only did the first 3. So, yeah, I don't have any tips just yet, sorry. But Lags is in there right now, so I imagine he's got some. It's got 5-star Voodoo. Should I rank him or MODOK? Also 5-star. Some solid champs right there. Are they awakened? Well, oh, wait, you're saying I need prestige. They're both decently high prestige, but if you need prestige, then the sig level also matters quite a bit. I think they're both great champions. MODOK, he sees the biggest use on defense, I would say. I think he's underrated offensively, but there's also kind of a reason why people don't use him all that much offensively. He's partially underrated, but partially, you know, other champions kind of do what he can do better. When it comes to Voodoo, he is not really a defender. He is more offensive. He's got a particular playstyle that some are going to like, and some like myself. Maybe not the biggest Voodoo fans. I mean, Voodoo, it's not even that Voodoo's playstyle is all that different from the average champion. It's more of just the counting combos thing that can sometimes be confusing. Can sometimes leave you open to getting hit if you're focused on counting your combos. But yeah, it really depends on what you need. I think Voodoo is possibly a better long-term rank up than MODOK. But it really depends on what you need, I would say. I'd lean more towards Voodoo, but both good. Not awakened. Are neither of them awakened? Because that changes my answer a little bit. Voodoo really needs that awaken ability, I feel. Hold on, what rank are we talking about taking these champions up to? Because you're talking about just getting them and not awakened. I hope you don't take this the wrong way. But I suspect that maybe prestige shouldn't be your primary concern. Rank 3. Okay. Yeah, prestige should not be your primary concern at all. Shouldn't be any concern of you whatsoever, as a matter of fact. Prestige really should only be considered when taking champions up to rank 5. I mean, you know, prestige has an impact on your alliance quest rewards and stuff like that, no matter what level of the game you're at. But until you start getting champions to rank 5, it's more important that you're just ranking champions that can get you through content. You're going to get more progression out of just ranking up champions that will get you through the monthly event quest, that'll get you through the side quest, potentially get you new titles in the story quest. You're going to gain more progression out of that than you will by increasing your prestige. So yeah, don't even consider that. And if Voodoo is not awakened, then I would actually rank up MODOK. Will there be cost reduction in Glory Store this month? I'm saving around 7.5k Glory. Should I continue saving or should I use it? Actually, Mike's in here saying the 15th. That's when the Glory Store is going to go down. I don't know if we know the exact amounts, the new values yet. And you should save a little bit, but because of the way the Glory Store works and how it gets more expensive the more you buy, you still want to buy the cheaper ranks of whatever you need leading up to the price adjustment, I would say. Maybe just buy a little bit of reduced amount. So if you buy 3 of a particular item, you know, buy 1 or 2 instead, and save your glory a bit. But it's likely that those cheaper ranks are still going to be cheaper than like the later ranks of the reduced costs. Are the lows of the lows going to be in the highlights? Well, maybe. I didn't want to include too much, but there is a low point in the highlight. Yes. Hey, BD just got a coal. Is he worth rank 3/4 to clear content before the nerf? Before the coal nerf? No, there's other champions that are kind of better than him right now. I mean, not that Cole's a bad champion, but it's not like it's not like Cole is so good right now that he's just going to be able to you know, crush content for you. And even after the update, I suspect he's not really going to be too different than what he is now. But yeah, I wouldn't be too quick to rank him up. I would recommend going with other champions for the most part. Hey BG, Nihilus bothers me every time. What is the best way to fight him? Ooh, a Nihilus is rough. So a Nihilus, I don't know if you're familiar with like the domino trick. You can do it with other champions too, but you know how Domino dashes at you? And because she has like that double medium attack, you're able to like dash back at the same time. Like if this ghost is coming at me, you're able to dash back and then still get your attack in before her second hit starts. You can do the same thing with a Nihilus. I think you have to do a light attack instead of a medium. But like as a Nihilus is dashing at you, dash back, do a light attack. You can get your openings that way. That's really the best tip that I have for you. There are definitely other ways to counter a Nihilus, but I kind of struggle with him myself. A lot of times I end up just kind of standing there with Omega Red backed up against the wall and play Omega Quake style, just kind of letting the passive degen do its damage, and just kind of, you know, evading his heavy attack. Or the way I've been recently fighting him in Alliance War, because I have to fight him on that node where you can't do any damage to him until you land some heavy attacks. I use Thing and build up 20 rock stacks or 15, and then go unstoppable as a way of taking him down too. If anyone else has tips on fighting a Nihilus, though, please go ahead and throw them in here. Because, yeah, I'm sure a Nihilus is challenging for a lot of us. Like I said, myself included. What happened to make Mike tweet about this stream? Well, he was in here, and I thought it was an imposture. So, yeah, he was just confirming. Side quests in the last 3 months are exponentially getting better and better. This month is too addictive, especially epic difficulty. Is easy to get. This month seems pretty good so far. I'm a little bit worried about how time consuming it is the only thing I'll say. Last month I felt like I really enjoyed last month. Last month was probably my favorite side quest that we've had in a long time. But this one does seem pretty good. It's time consuming, but the rewards seem worth it. So, like I would prefer less time consuming side quests, even if there weren't as good of rewards, just because there's so much to do in the game already. But if they're gonna hit us with something time consuming, well, at least the rewards are worth it, you know. What's up, BG? Sorry, 6.2 champion fight the other day. Good stuff. Thanks, man. Domino was a great counter versus him against the Nihilus. Okay. Nihilus use a Mystic who can nullify the Cosmic Control Rod. I was thinking I vaguely remember Voodoo being a decent counter to him, but I wasn't sure if that was gonna be something I misremembered, some bad advice, so I didn't say it. But is Voodoo good if you do like the light attack counter thing, and then he's not poison immune, right? He's just incinerate immune. Man, I don't know. A Nihilus is a little bit of a mystery to me. Someone that I definitely need to get a better handle on how to fight. ABG, a couple of questions. Sure. How do I beat a Nihilus in Uncollected this month? That's actually what we were just talking about. And how do I quickly beat lots of mercenaries? Thanks for being awesome. Quickly beat lots of mercenaries? Okay. Well, I'm guessing maybe you need the shards to do like an opening or something like that from the mercenary objective. So maybe in this case you really want to do it quickly, but my advice is actually to take your time with it. That objective is there for all month, right? Let me go take a look at it. I think people maybe focus on those objectives a little too much, and the fastest way to take them down. Whereas if you just play the game naturally, you'll get the rewards from it. Yeah, win fights against mercenaries. You have anything else special? Win 10 fights in quests, arenas, dungeons, or duels against champion with the hashtag mercenary tag. Yeah, there's a bunch of champions in the game that have the mercenary tag. And if this is here all month, what I'd recommend doing is for like the first 3 weeks, ignore this. Let it come in naturally. If by the 4th week you're still not at the rest of, you haven't finished all of the milestones, then that's when you look for a way to target a whatever you need to target. So there might be some mercenary tag champion as like the first fight in Road to Labyrinth or something like that. Would be a good way, but really, you shouldn't be focusing on it right away. Just kind of play the game, especially if you grind arena at all. I've grinded a decent amount of arena today, but it wasn't anything too crazy. It was maybe like 40 rounds or something like that. Which maybe to some people that is crazy. I guess that is probably more than the average. But yeah, like this, I'll get all these naturally long before the month is over. If you do need to target one specifically, I don't have a mercenary as an example to show you, but I imagine these ultimate crystals are nice. I imagine that there is some kind of Road to Labyrinth style thing. Oh my goodness, I'm just thinking about something, guys. This might be an amazing time to start a new account for a 24-hour challenge. Because if I can snag all these ultimate crystals, that would be kind of huge. What else we got here? Yeah, some shards and stuff. Man. Get tier 4 basics. This is something a brand new account can totally do. I don't think I can do a new account challenge right now, but this would be a good time to do a 24-hour challenge. I'm not trying to promote my channel. I have a good Annihilus fight on this season War 4 video. Found hitting into his block key to keep his distance. Okay. Yeah, check out Enzo's channel this season, War number 4, which wasn't too long ago, so it shouldn't be too difficult to find. The daily quests have all had 2 mercenaries as the first enemy on the paths. It'll come naturally just doing those. Yeah, I think that's really the best way to do it. Is the rewards the same for a new account with a side quest? Not sure. No, I don't need to have that to procrastinate on things by watching. I probably won't do it. I'm too far behind on regular content and stuff. So, what was I gonna say though? Yeah, when it comes to Annihilus though, we were talking about it a little bit. The only real piece of advice I have is the light attack counter, the same way you can counter certain champions like Domino or Killmonger. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot of info, but yeah, like Enzo said, he has a fight on his channel. That's pretty good for it. Vishal Suri sent it over 230 rupees. Thank you very much. Saying this is for your last itemless run. It was epic. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. It was a lot of fun. It was definitely up there for one of the most fun itemless adventures that I've had. But thank you very much. Appreciate the support. All right, let's hit the arena again. Need to finish up some of these milestones. I'm not even sure where to stop in this other arena. You know what? Maybe that's good enough as is. Let's snag the rest of the milestones in the 4-star basic. Annihilus' cheese with blade, full villain synergy. Ooh, yeah, that could be good. Blade with villain synergy. There's a video of a guy in a banana suit singing about how he is a banana. What? Think of regularly while watching your streams. How do you know I'm not that guy? Actually, no, I'm definitely not that guy. ABG, have you tried taking a Nihilus with Scarlet Witch? I have not personally, no. Does it work? Is that a good counter? Just wait, you think she's good now, my lord? Wait. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay, Shark talking about, Sparkles? Is that what we're talking about here? I think so, yeah. Ate a whole box of cookies, damn it. Oh, Christian, man, that sounds like me every day. Except replace cookies with food X of other kind. Whole tin of Pringles, whole bag of some other type of chips, whole bag of off-color Swedish fish, which didn't even taste good. Oh, Revive. Oh man, come on, you got that synergy. Yeah, actually, I couldn't even finish that bag. I don't know if you guys ever had the Swedish fish. There are different colors. I guess there's two different ones. Because I remember, this is the first time I had Swedish fish in a long time. I was in the store, caught my attention. I was like, okay, I'm getting it, screw it. And I feel like I've had like different color Swedish fish before. And it's basically the same thing, like the same texture and all that of regular Swedish fish. This, whatever I got though, man, this was not that. These were like some really bad tasting tropical Swedish fish that, yeah, I had to just chuck the bag halfway through. I would like stop eating them and then think like, yeah, I'm gonna throw these out. And I was like editing a video, and like 10 minutes later I see the bag and I'm like, oh, yeah, maybe I'll just have a few more of these. And it was still just as bad. I did that about 10 times before I finally got up and just chucked the bag. Tweet sucker. Alright, Dicer. Hold up. Where you at? I was thinking that he's my best option. Never use him. Let me see. Ooh. Nick Fury. Well, that's awesome. Who else is in there? It's a little hard to see. Venom. Is that Phoenix too? That's a pretty good opening. What is the second one? Whoa, dude. What the? Dude. Freaking jackpot. 6-star Omega Red and 5-star Guillotine 2099 too? Damn, man. Oh wait, the comment, okay, never mind. That was from last time we were talking. Duh. Well, dude, sick opening, man. I mean, you don't like running suicides, right? So Nick Fury, I imagine, could be pretty damn fun to play, because I don't think he's as good with suicides. Although I'm not an expert on him. But yeah. That's pretty... Damn, dude. That's pretty awesome. I mean, yeah, that Guillotine doesn't even need to be awakened either. Perfect. BG, here's a video of Banana Song. Sorry, man, I'm not going to be able to listen to it on stream. YouTube, they kind of frown upon taking a look or even listening to other types of content. And by frown upon, I mean they will ban me from live streaming for 9 months straight. So I can't do it. They all need dupes though, right? Omega Red, yes. And that Omega Red, to be totally honest with you, he's not going to be useful for much. I can't say he's going to be useless. I actually found my unawakened 6-star Omega Red to have some slight uses here and there, but pretty rare that I come across that type of situation. So he's not going to be all that useful. Guillotine 2099 does not need to be awakened. She's a ramp up style champion, similar to. She's like somewhere between Star-Lord and Aegon. Not in terms of power. In terms of power, she's like potentially, you know, right up there with Aegon, but just how she carries over the combo. Ready to have a Sig 120-ish rank 4 Omega? Yeah, that Omega is the one you're going to be using still then. But what's it called? Yeah, the way Guillotine's combo works is it ramps up just like Star-Lord's, but it really starts ramping up after 100 hits. And you can carry over 100 hits from fight to fight if you end the fight with a special 3. So, not quite as long to build up versus someone like Aegon, but maybe also, you know, caps off a little bit earlier too. I don't know, whatever. She's good. She does not need to be awakened. Nick Fury. I don't know about Nick Fury. His awakened ability is pretty important, I would say, but I feel like you could still use him unawakened. Mine's not awakened. I haven't really used him a lot to say for sure how useful he is unawakened, but his damage is still pretty nutty. Like, if you max out deep wounds, which I can't remember if you run that maxed out or not. I feel like you do. But yeah, like, his damage can get pretty nutty. I don't know a ton about Nick Fury, but if you end your combo with a light attack, that ending combo hit, that final light attack, that's like where the real bleed damage comes from. Trick to my friend. All right, go boy. Sup, dude? What do we got? Should I rank 5? Ooh. Who should I rank 5 between Ghost and Omega? Dude, they're both amazing champions. Looking at the stats, I can't tell if you run suicides or not. Looking at their attack on this screen. I want to say maybe you're running half suicides. Is that correct? They're both great. Honestly, Ghost and Omega Red, 2 of the strongest champions in the entire game. I would say personal preference. Since you already have Omega at rank 4, it might just be easier for you to take Omega to rank 5. Not quite yet. Need the units. I have Glass Cannon. Okay. Yeah, suicide. Yeah, no suicides. Max deep wounds and assassin. Okay, that's what I thought. So yeah, I both Ghost and Omega benefit a ton from running suicides too. So a little bit tough to say who you should go with. If you're not running suicides, like, yeah, I don't know. I guess it really just comes down to personal preference. Like, they both are so incredibly powerful. People who have both tend to rank up both and play both. So, yeah. And like I said, since Omega is already at rank 4 and your Ghost is at rank 1, you should probably just go with Omega since it'll be easier on your resources. But if you just happen to like Ghost playstyle better, then you can go with Ghost. Thanks for letting me hang out, Brian. Hope to see you again soon. I'm out for the night. All right, Mike. Have a good one, dude. You want to build up to your deep wounds or whatever it's called. Parry, medium, heavy, get 8 bleeds, then in combo and light. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, that's good advice. Getting the heavy attacks out. That way you can get your passive bleed going. You can get a legendary title with Ghost, but no way for Omega. That's probably true. Omega kills pretty quickly, but he just has this slight little ramp up to him that might make it more difficult to get the Legends title. I don't know if it's impossible. It might be. But he is pretty quick, and maybe, like, I think it would set you at a little bit of a disadvantage, but I think it might be doable with Omega potentially. Taira is the word. Taira, Tyra. What? How do I say this? I feel like this is just a name. Word can't be a name, right? I mean, it sounds a little bit like a tiara, so maybe it's similar to a tiara, but not quite the same. Tyra? That's how you say it? Tyra? Tyra? Oh, God. Oh, man. Okay. Let me think about it for a sec. Daksh Malik? Hopefully I said that correctly. Sorry if I messed up your name at all. Send over 40 rupees. Thanks, man. Saying I know friendship is earned, but will you be my friend? Well, I will be your friend, but not in game. We could be friends outside of the game, however. But if you're talking about in the game, I don't add anyone to the friends list just because there's no real point to it. If you ever want to talk, if you ever have questions, I'll do my best to answer them during the streams. If I miss it, I apologize in advance because I can't, it's impossible to read every single comment. But I read a lot of them, and I'll try to answer whatever question you have. And if I miss it, there's a good chance that other people will see it and help out as well, since this community is pretty damn helpful. Oh, in real life? Okay, sure, man. Yeah. Okay, Tyra. Let me answer this before it gets too late. Tyra. I am gonna go with the tiara thing because it's similar, but maybe it's like a tiara is for like royalty type of thing, right? It's seen as like a good thing. I'm thinking Tyra might be a bad thing. Where it's like a tiara of like shame kind of thing. That is my guess. A tiara of shame for someone who maybe committed like a criminal act or something like that in ye olden days. Is it possible to get Legend title with an iPhone 7, or is it too out of date at this point? It's possible. I would say, yeah. I play on an iPhone 7 still, or 7 Plus, but I think actually, are they the same? I don't remember now. I think it's possible, but you are setting yourself at a disadvantage versus the newer devices. The newer devices are going to be a little bit faster. The rest of your game would have to be much more on point compared to the average person running. Can I get a congrats for my second interview for a new job today? Sure, congrats. Good luck with all that. The gifting season doesn't work anymore. Well, or the gifting reason. Yeah, gifting reason doesn't work anymore. You're right, but I have a feeling they're gonna bring it back. So they couldn't confirm anything at Comic-Con about like the gifting badge or the what's it called? Like bringing. I asked them if they're gonna bring gifting back for the holidays to have the gifting event. And yeah, they couldn't confirm anything. They said like the most important thing was to make sure that they could, you know, stop like the fraud from happening and stuff like that. But I mean, of course they want to bring it back, man. That's like one of the biggest events for for them as a business. Plus, it's just fun for everyone. Last one, you get a sec? Okay. I also have Havoc at rank 4 Sig 200. Well, if you're not running Suicides, it's possible that Havoc might be better than Omega Red. But once you run Suicides, Omega Red will be, in most situations, the better of the two champions. So it kind of depends on what your mastery goals are. I also don't have a ton of info about Havoc. It's a champion that I don't really have at a high level to have any experience with. It's a small crown, correct? Tiara though? Yeah, basically. It's a dainty one or something. Hold on. Tyra, a large, agile, tree-dwelling animal. Oh, are you serious? There's nothing at all relating to what I said. Of the weasel family. Oh, okay. With a short, dark coat, native to Central and South America. Oh, now I gotta see a picture of this. Sorry, guys. I wish I could put it on screen. But if you want to see a Tyra, if you want to see this weasel, you'll have to Google it on your own. Tayra. Oh my god, there's like YouTube videos of a guy that looks like taters. A little bit, not really. Doesn't really look like taters, but at a glance. Wow, that is a weasel. Not taters, the guy, you know, the guy's holding one. But anyway, this weasel has some sharp ass teeth. Vampire weasel. It's all cute and cuddly in some pictures, and then in some pictures it looks like it will rip your neck out with its claws and or teeth. Alright. Used to say you didn't accept friend requests because of gifting. I know. I used to give both reasons, though. I used to say both. But yeah, that was like the primary reason. BG, don't say things like tiara of shame while I'm trying to lift heavy poop above my head. Almost dropped bread trays on my noggin. Wow. Oh man. That would have been a tiara of shame right there. Of bread trays. Hey, got uncollected today. Awesome. Thanks to Colossus buff. How do I get Grandmaster shards? You might have to wait until tomorrow or something like that. With like the free Grandmaster shards that you get. You might have to wait till the calendar refreshes. And then I think you start getting them. Your last item was run was sweet with that nail biter finish. Are there any news on the Annihilus / Torch buffs? Thanks, man. Yeah, it was super fun. As far as the Annihilus and Torch buffs, I think we're going to get more info in December about that. So, not quite yet. Pretty soon. We're going to get more info, though. I have no idea how it works. Also have Warlock, so I don't care. He looks badass, though. Yeah, that's fair. That's a corporate answer of saying no gifting nicely. I don't know, man. I think we're gonna get it. I think they're just being careful to not promise anything, but it was. I think it was more on the side of like, we're probably gonna bring it back. Maybe not permanently. Maybe we're not gonna have the badge all the time, but I got a feeling, man, we're gonna see that gifting badge this holiday season. Like I said, they definitely did not confirm it, so don't go around saying it's confirmed. But if I had to put money on it, I'd say like there's a 75% chance that we'll get it, and maybe 25% chance that we won't, kind of type of thing. So I'd bet on it. What can you give for gifting event? Anything? Well, in the past, they had these crystals called greater gifting crystals. They had other crystals too, but that was like the big prize. It cost 300 units and had a chance to have Kang or Thanos in there. One of the few ways that you can get those characters. So yeah, that was the big thing, but actually, the more important thing to trade for most people, even though, I tried giving this advice, even though I think most people didn't take it, is there were mastery cores. So you can trade stony mastery cores and carbonadium mastery cores, and they weren't discounted; they were full price. So it's the same thing as if you bought it on your own, except there's also a gifting event, and depending on what you gifted another player, you got points towards the gifting event. So if you and someone else got together, traded mastery cores back and forth, or if they asked for you to send a crystal, you send them a crystal, and in return get mastery cores with the same cost, so that it was an even trade. Not only did you get whatever masteries unlocked that you wanted, but you also got points towards this event, which contains some pretty good things. Shards and tier 2 alpha fragments and stuff like that. And I'm going to sleep so I can get lots of work on the game design project done tomorrow. Alright, Star. Sounds good. Have a good night. BG, hope they bring it back and have a 100% fraud-free event. If not, it shows that they are okay with left fraud for Christmas to pass their year in. Yeah, I mean, I agree somewhat with what you're saying. I don't think there's ever a way to 100% prevent it. If they can at least mitigate it a little bit and maybe have I don't know, maybe there's some things that they can have in place that can help prevent it. I mean, just like they can't stop piloting completely, but they did a lot to deter it at least. Like the guys that you know, that want it bad enough, they're gonna find a way to abuse the system. And this, you know, the gifting event is no exception to that. But if they could at least do that, I'd be satisfied. Just preventing the bulk of it, because I mean, that's just life, you know. People are gonna find a way to ruin anything. Supposed to say pad year-end stats. Okay, I mean, I knew what you were talking about anyway, but yeah. BG, did you check the rewards for Act 6.3 they posted on the site? If you did, what do you think of it? Do you think it's good? I'm surprised there's no Awakening Gem for 6 stars. And if there wasn't going to be one for 6 stars, then I'm surprised there's not one for 5 stars either. Surprised there's no Awakening Gem, period. That's the only thing that's a bit surprising. The rest of the rewards seem fine. It seems like it's gonna. So I didn't really read the whole announcement to read like all the nodes and stuff like that. I did like take a little glance at it, and it seems like it's gonna be. Oh, you know what? Actually, no. That's what I did. I looked at Star posted something on Twitter. There was a she posted some stats. Where is it now? Well, now I can't find it. But it was like a breakdown of the rewards. Yeah, the rewards and like the total energy cost and stuff like that. And it seemed like 6.3 is going to be easier than 6.2. And it's going to have better rewards than 6.2. And I kind of hope that Kabam retroactively increases the rewards for 6.2. Like, I don't know. I love 6.2. It's my favorite content in the game by far, but the rewards don't seem like they match the content. So I don't know if they would ever plan on doing that or not, but yeah. The rewards for 6.3 seem fine, just a little surprising that there wasn't an Awakening Gem. Other than that, I like it. BG, how much for Cole Obsidian in 4-star basic arena? Cole? A little bit hard to say. I would say maybe 2.3? Something like that. Low twos. Definitely go higher. It's a little bit hard to say with Cole. He was extremely hyped when he first came out. That hype kind of died down. You know, especially with the announcements and stuff like that about him. So I don't think he's going to go super high, but there's probably still a lot of people out there that want him. So I could see him going probably like low twos-ish. What up, BG? Mr. Cookie List. What's going on, man? Too bad we couldn't do charters or catalysts for like the gifting events and stuff like that. So there weren't catalysts. Well, actually, no, never mind. There weren't catalysts, but there were catalysts inside the greater gifting crystals. That was like part of the draw to get those in the past. You're from New Jersey. You know there are ways they could stop the cheating. They just don't have the will to do it. I'm not sure I follow. Being from New Jersey, is there something about being from New Jersey, knowing there's a way to stop cheating or something like that? Dude, I don't think there's a way to stop cheating in anything, period. when it comes to like, yeah, anything, I guess. Like if somebody wants to cheat, if they want it bad enough, man, I feel like there's ways to that they're gonna do it. Really, all I can ask for is that as much as possible is done to deter cheating and ban whoever is found cheating and stuff like that. But if you can clarify what you're talking about, maybe I'd understand. BG, I think it can be safe to say that this month is one of the best this year so far. So many good rewards. What are your thoughts about the rewards? Oh, it's great, man. Like the side quest you're talking about, dude. I am so stoked. Like I know most people are probably pumped more about the shards than anything. Which, hey, the shards are great too. I'll take those all day. But I'm most excited about the sig stones. Like 3 5-star sig stones. Every single day, it seems. And then even the 4-star sig stones, like, I don't know, man, something about 4 stars I find really fun, like ranking them up. It's not nearly as difficult to max out their sig ability, so you kind of get a feel for a champion at a higher sig, even if you can't necessarily do that for the 5-star. So even those I dig. But, yeah, no, it's good. It's a bit time-consuming, is my only complaint. I would actually prefer quests to be a little bit less time-consuming, even if the rewards were a little bit less. But I mean, I don't really have any complaints. If it's if the rewards are good, then hey, I'm gonna be doing it. Who should I awaken, Hyperion or Corvus? I'd say it depends if you run Suicides or not. If you run Suicides, you're gonna want to go with Corvus. He'll save you a lot of units in the long run. You'll save resources. You could save units and potentially use those units to buy certain deals like Cyber Monday or 4th of July deals that could have another awakening gem for your other character and end up getting both of them awakened. So yeah, if you run Suicides, I would say go Corvus. If you don't run Suicides, then you're probably going to want to go Hyperion. BG pulled 5-star Human Torch today. Should I awaken him or save the Science Gem for the day I get blessed with Void? I recommend saving the gem. Torch was announced to get a bit of a buff. I don't know what the plan is with that. I honestly, I feel like Torch is good as is, but I guess we're gonna find out more next month about some of the balance changes going on. So maybe after we hear about that, then maybe I'd say Awaken Torch. But as it stands right now, I feel like his Awaken ability is unnecessary, and you can play Torch totally fine on Awaken. Other champions need it way more. 3-2, 3-5 for Cole. I think that's a bit much for Cole. I can't see Cole going over 3 at all. But hey, if you want to be safe and you can put up a score like that, then go for it. Caught myself a 5-star Guillotine 2099 from the Doom preview and duped her. Nice, man. Gold is gone. Took her right to rank 4. Nice, dude. That's awesome, man. Back into the arena again. Back into the arena. 2.7 to 3 for Cole. Yeah, I don't know about that. I really don't think he's going to go that high, but 2.7 I can maybe see again up there. On track to miss Guillotine 29 with a natural 70 mil this round. Coat. Oh, man. I hope you get her, man. I really hope you get her. Whew. New Jersey, they break some legs to stop cheating. Listen, that doesn't stop cheating. There's plenty of cheaters from New Jersey. Is a side quest going to reset, or once you explore, that's it? I don't pay attention. Yeah, it's a daily quest. Woke up with 3k 5-star shards today, and now I have 9.6k. The shards are very nice. Damn. Yeah, that's pretty sick. BG, totally agree. It took me 38 minutes to do Master and Epic. Yeah, that's quite a bit of time. I mean, 38 minutes... I can't remember how long it took to do Modoc's Lab on like the 2 highest difficulties. I don't think it was that long. I think it was closer to like 25 to 30. That quest was a bit on the long side too, but Yeah, today I was kind of auto fighting through, and then just fought on the most difficult one, and I wasn't really paying attention to the time. I'll probably pay closer attention to it tomorrow. But yeah, man, some of the side quests, it get pretty time consuming. It's one thing if like there wasn't other things going on in the game, but hey man, especially for us grinders, there's always something going on in the game. Already want to grab all these units from the arenas. Dungeons are not on right now, but they will be. One of the things I want most in this game is just content, like if you, like choices to do content, where it doesn't feel mandatory. I mean, like, none of this stuff is mandatory, right? Everything is optional. Being in an alliance is optional. Doing the monthly event quests, it's all optional. But I guess I kind of like when you can pick and choose how you get your rewards. But if there's separate rewards for each thing, then it feels more like you have to do each thing. You know? That's kind of why I still don't know if the idea was good or not, but that's kind of why, like, when the dungeons first came out, I had that suggestion of, you know, like the dungeon rewards and the arena rewards overlapping, and like dungeon rewards really just like contributing towards your arena score. This way, you can play arena solo if you want, or you can get, you know, you can grind for a basic champion by doing dungeons with your buddy, or for war, I still think it'd be really cool to have one set of PvP-based rewards, and you get them either from playing Alliance War, or you get them from a small-scale PvP mode. Stuff like that. I wish there were. Wish the game was set up a little bit differently, just to still allow you to like target certain sets of rewards that you want, but maybe not overload players with too much to do. There's a fine balance there, because of course, you know, you need things to do in the game. Otherwise, why, you know, you're gonna stop playing. But at some points it gets a little overwhelming. BG, you have a connection issue. Got some crackling going on. Really? Is everyone getting a bit of crackling with my mic, I guess? Morning all, what's up, Seraph? The side event is pretty good. It's got 1,000 5-star shards. Yeah, man. Pretty damn good. Something along the lines of 2 different game modes that give the same rewards, but you can only get the rewards once. Yep, exactly that. No crackling here. You're guys fine, BG? Coming in fine? Okay. Okay, yeah, Cody, that might be something on your end. Thanks for letting me know, but it seems like for everyone else it's fine. Yeah, so something else that I thought was really interesting too. This is something I hadn't considered before. And, you know, I was watching BlizzCon, like I do every year, listening to some of the devs talk about some of the changes they're making. Because, of course, you know, problems are pretty similar across even games that are completely different from one another. But there's some similarities in the games they're talking about to MCOC. And something they mentioned was to keep players from feeling overwhelmed with too much content to do, they would give you progression-based rewards up to a certain point, and then from there, like if you wanted to keep going, you got cosmetic things, or just something that didn't help your progression. So, for example, let's say like if Kabam adopted that idea to MCOC. You know how there's like multiple paths in the side quest? Well, you go through the path one time, you get the rewards, and then if you want to go and 100% that quest, you would get something cosmetic. So, I mean, this game doesn't really have a whole lot for cosmetics, so maybe not the best example, but maybe you guys can you know, I still understand what I'm getting at. Is like, so it would definitely feel more optional at that point, but still give you a way to like meaningfully progress. I mean, this month, for the most part, like I really don't want to come off as complaining about this month because there's a lot of rewards and I want those rewards. But yeah, I don't know. I just found it interesting the way that they were approaching reducing burnout in their game. I know you don't look into other streamers much, but have you heard some big Fortnite streamers are coming to YouTube? What? Really? To YouTube? Is that similar to like the Mixer thing, where Mixer is like paying people to stream exclusively on their platform? Is YouTube doing the same thing, or people just want to be on YouTube? That's interesting. I do look into other streamers actually. I don't know. I've over the years, I guess I've kind of reduced my like stream watch time. But man, I've been watching streams since before Twitch was around. I streamed on Justin TV, actually, very briefly. My computer couldn't handle it, but yeah. So yeah, it kind of goes way back for me a bit. The recent League of Legends World Championships games actually had more YouTube live stream viewers than Twitch. See, I've... How does that go? That I didn't look into so much. But is that... I think that's just because... I can't remember now what the reason for that was. But I remember hearing that and then hearing someone talk about it. And... I thought it was something that had to do with like other countries having their own stream platforms where maybe YouTube is more global or something like that. I don't remember. I could be totally misremembering. And maybe it is just legit that, yeah, there's a bigger audience on YouTube. But I thought there was some weird thing like that. Brian, it says your video is restricted. Like this stream is restricted or something? Or what video? That's interesting. BGU said that you would like to have a certain amount of units before Cyber Monday, but damn, I saw your vid on how much units you can get in a month. So, how are you going to get, like, thousands of units? Well, I haven't made a recent video on, like, how many units I can get in a month. It's gone up a little bit. I'm able to get roughly 2,000 units a week. I lose some of those units by switching masteries to place defense and stuff like that, but I don't really lose a ton. And some wars I have to switch masteries mid-war, which kind of sucks. Anytime I come across a warlock, I gotta drop my masteries, which is not too fun. But yeah, I can get about 2,000 units a week, which I mean we have what like 3 weeks for Cyber Monday. I don't know, but anyway, I already have enough units to probably get the offers that are going to come out for Cyber Monday. Typically, it's 15,000 units to pick up like all 3 unit offers. So I already have that covered. I just need to get units to cover the cost of a Legends run for 6-3. So I need to buy boost packages and have some units on the side in case I need to buy revives and potions and stuff like that. I'm sure I'm going to have to buy some of those at least. But the bulk of the cost is probably going to come from buying boosts. Twitch had 1.5 mil for the semis and YouTube had 1.9. Twitch is fairly global outside of a few Asian countries like China. It's the biggest stream platform still, but YouTube is coming up. Okay. Yeah, I know. I also recently saw like a pie graph when like some of those guys moved over to Mixer, just showing like the user base of each platform, and it was like not even close Twitch was the biggest. The features are a lot more rich on Twitch, just in general too. Has more freedom, but I mean, I'm already pretty much committed to YouTube. Although I will say this, when it comes to Realm of Champions, I'm definitely gonna try that game out. I don't know how long that's gonna last though. If I like the game, of course, you know, I'll play it more. But if I end up not liking it, then we'll just stick to the contest. But I kind of want to stream that on Twitch if I do stream it. It's not like there's some things about streaming on Twitch that just are nice as a YouTuber too. Keeping like live stream content separate from uploaded videos, that's a big deal for me. One of the biggest deals. That's probably the second most important thing, other than the fear of getting banned from just if I want to play like the Power Rangers theme song to get hyped up for something, you know? I'd watch for sure. You could have my Prime sub. Thanks, man. So yeah, like I'm not fully decided though, because I also realized that yeah, the bulk of people playing that game, playing Realm of Champions, maybe I shouldn't even say bulk. Like a lot of people are gonna come from Contest of Champions, but other fans of Marvel are probably going to be checking that game out too. So, I don't know. But anyway, the community is definitely clearly on YouTube for Contest of Champions, so maybe I would just make a separate channel here. I don't really know. Still so undecided. I need more info about that game. Either way, I'm not going to stop playing Contest of Champions, but curious about Realm. You need a robot in your Line Sport team for them Warlocks? Potentially, maybe, yeah, but I can't really fit a robot on the team. So, last war, like I take the hidden path, and last war we were able to scout things out well enough to realize that hey, there is probably a Warlock on one of these hidden nodes, and sure enough, there was a Warlock there. And I had to drop my masteries, but like even going into the war before bringing my champions in, it just felt like I couldn't fit a robot on the team. Even if I ranked up the Sentinel that I just got or Darkhawk or whatever, I just don't think I could really squeeze one into the team. I don't know. Maybe I could adjust my team going forward, but right now I run Omega Red, Sabretooth, and Thing. Seems to cover everything pretty well. ABG, how many units per month could I get if I'm only doing 5-star featured milestones and 4-star featured? I don't know for sure. I mean, if you hit all the milestones in both of those arenas, it's 135 per arena per round. So, you know, 135 times the 2 rounds, twice a week. That's 540 units from those arenas. But then units, they also come from other places. They come from the login calendar, the daily 22-hour event quest, which actually those units add up more than people think. Like, let's say you're able to hit those the 25 unit milestone half of the days. Maybe you can't do it on like the event completion or something like that, but if you get like the 25 units 180 days out of the year, it's 4,500 units, so that definitely adds up. You get some from doing the monthly event quest. They come from all over the place. But of course, if you're not doing the other arenas, you're missing out on those milestones, missing out on the battle chips, so that factors into it too. Had the same fight last war, so scary. Do you use any class reveal masteries? I do, Enzo, yeah. The one that I always have on is Tech. Tech is the most important one to reveal. Because I run Omega Red, I don't want to go up against a robot with Omega Red. So that's by far the most important one. It kind of depends on if I'm running other ones or not. I got kind of scared last war just because it was, you know, it's kind of a big war. So I threw on some other ones, but I don't think they really helped. Like what's it called? One helps too. Scouter lens. Just having scouter lens to be able to like look up the stats. Of course that helps too. But the most important one for me is just having the tech reveal. Sometimes that's the only one I have on. What is this? Coal Obsidian, November 14th. Oh, is this an upcoming list of basics? Coal Obsidian, Iron Man Infinity War, Ebony Maw, Doctor Strange, Namor, Not Known, Invisible Woman, Basic Arena roster enjoy. Okay. On Twitch, can you play like a Spotify soundtrack in the background? So you can. It's Twitch. There's definitely more freedom over there. You can play copyrighted content within certain limits that they have. So certain music, if you're playing, it's fine to play during a stream. But if somebody watches the playback, that portion of the stream will be muted. And of course, they can't just mute the music. They have to mute the entire stream completely. So sometimes it makes watching streams on the playback unwatchable. But I don't think I'd run music the entire stream anyway. I would just occasionally put a song on, and if a tiny part of it got muted, I don't think it'd be a big deal. And then of course you can't just be like showing a movie on stream. You can't just have like on the bottom left corner of the screen, you can't be playing all of Endgame or something like that. That's also gonna get you banned. But if you played like a clip, like a small clip from Endgame, like that's fine. Whereas on YouTube, even small clips can sometimes be a bit dicey and can end up getting you banned. And on YouTube, it's different between uploading content that has some copyrighted material versus live streaming it. I guess they have to be stricter when it comes to live streaming. And if you're doing something containing copyrighted material while live streaming, they can just terminate your ability to live stream. You'll still be able to upload videos, but they will ban you. I think it's for 9 months. It's either 6 or 9 months. But for some reason, I remember it being 9 months for doing something like that. If you just upload a video with copyrighted material, sometimes it's okay. Sometimes they'll give you a copyright strike. It's not something you really want, but or sometimes the company will just take the ad revenue and they won't give you a strike. So it's a little bit less risky in a video versus streaming. You can actually watch some movies. Some people do movie nights on Twitch. Do they actually show the movie on stream? I know some people, they'll like sync up, and Kate did that on YouTube for a while, where they'll just like start the movie at the same time. I didn't think they allowed watching the whole movie. That's interesting. Stash energy refills or get them in quest for Event Quest Legends Run and Corvus Glaive or Ghost. Both Corvus Glaive and Ghost are exceptionally fast champions. I'm not sure which one has the edge. Yeah, I actually don't know. I'm leaning more towards Corvus for an Event Quest run, but I actually really don't know who's faster. And as far as stashing the energy refills or getting them for a quest, I get them through the quest myself if I was going to do it. If you're really paying attention, you can actually buy the energy refill while you're moving down the path. And sometimes you might be too focused on something, and you know, you might You might have to wait until like that screen pops up telling you you're out of energy, and then buy an energy refill that way. But while you're in a quest, you can click on your energy and actually buy a refill as you're moving. So technically, that's the fastest way to do it. You might be right. There might be some movies that are like free reign, public owned, etc. Okay, yeah, I think that might be the case. Is Unduped Captain America? Is that World War II? Good against Dr. Doom? So I don't know much about Doom. I haven't fought him yet in the monthly event quest. I fought him in the side quest, but I wasn't really paying attention. I have no idea what was going on. I was yeah. I was barely looking at my game type of thing. He ended up killing me a few times, actually. Because of it. I have to use my my backup champs. BJ, I think the best champion in the game is units. Would you agree? No. Units are powerful. But there are even stronger champions out there, man. But I already said I wouldn't talk anymore about nerfs. Since it kind of came up the last couple nights. So can't talk about it. Unless nerf units. There it is. The ultimate nerf. Nerf units too strong. The average alliance gets a free refill every 3 days. Yeah, this person's talking about doing a Legends run, though. They're going to need like 38 to 40 of them or something like that. Should they have energy refills for AQ and AW? I've thought about that a lot. I think there might have been something in the game files about that a long time ago too, so I'm sure Kabam has thought about that a lot. And for whatever reason, they decided against it. I've thought some pros and cons about refills, and I thought about some good ways to implement it. Ultimately, I would like to see some type of energy thing for Alliance Quest. Although I suppose maybe it should just be using both. But okay, so I think if they did energy refill in Alliance Quest, it would have to be like this. Number one is not something that you can spend units on. Can't be purchased with units. I think the biggest reason for that is just people will feel like they're forced into spending, either by the alliance that they're in, or maybe just they'll just get the feeling of like, oh, instead of reducing the energy cost, Kabam is trying to sell us something. And hey, I'm sure that would make them some money, be a way to clean out some units in the game. But I think there's also something to be said for just having like a bonus, something that you can't really get. And I think if some were given out, then it would feel like that to players. So maybe after each day of Alliance Quest, you get one energy refill. But that energy refill only gives you one energy. So not a refill, I guess. It's literally just kind of like the small energy that gives you 5. Right? It would be like that for Alliance Quest, except it would just give you 1. And it would just allow you to smooth over instances where, hey man, life comes up, and you could plan ahead, but you already know, hey man, you're gonna be like, I was just at a wedding a couple weeks ago. I knew ahead of time I was gonna be at the wedding, but I had to fly, and of course I didn't want to be sitting there playing Alliance Quest mid-wedding and stuff like that. So if I could have saved up some of those refills to help kind of smooth that out a bit, that would have been nice. I think that would go a long way for just preventing issues like that with life and keeping people from burning out in Alliance Quest. crap. There was more I was going to say about this, too. And it's kind of... It's something I've thought about a lot. So there's other things I could say, but I'm kind of losing it right now. In terms of, like, the pros and cons that I was going to talk about. Yeah, dude, totally drawing a blank. It's been a little while since I thought about it, but I do think if there was something like that existed in game, where you were given one every day, but it caps out. You can't just have like an infinite supply of these. Maybe it would cap out that you'd have like, you know, 5 max in your inventory, and of course if you're going over that, then it would just kind of help out later in the week to get a little bit, you know, a little bit of extra progression, kind of smooth over the later days of Alliance Quest, which already lag behind a little bit. And I don't know, man. Either way, I would like to see some sort of energy boost in Alliance Quest. Something else that I really want to see as well is the possibility to go back to the starting point of Alliance Quest. I would love to see that, man. Those are the 2 biggest changes to Alliance Quest that I would love to see. Wait, that extra energy in Portal Mulligan takes you back to less pro use. Yeah, basically that, except just go right back to the start of the entire quest. I would love to see that. I think it would be helpful in 2 different ways. One, if you accidentally click on the wrong path and you walk the wrong way, I think it's kind of stupid that you're just forfeiting those points for the week. Like, come on, man. It's a touch screen. Some of these nodes to click on, they're very close to one another. And even when you're really careful, like this is when AQ map 7 starts up, the beginning of the map, everything is so clustered together, and I'm literally just like holding the phone like this, you know, coming in from the like an aerial attack to click on the right node. But I don't know, man. It could still happen that just somehow you hit the wrong node. It's definitely, it hasn't happened to me in a while, but there's even been times where it's been bugged, where you definitely clearly hit the right node and it sends you the wrong way. I remember when map 7 first came out, Hector had a video of it. It's the only time I've ever seen it recorded, but it was like impossible to click on the node that it sent him down or something like that, man. So yeah, I really wish that there was a way to just teleport back to the start of the map. It would help something like that. And I think it's fine that you'd have to use an item to do that or something, you know? As long as there's an option for it. Because something like that could also be used as a way to take more than one path in Alliance Quest. So I think it's okay to have a cost associated with it and give players that option. If somebody is having a really difficult time, or maybe you have to kick somebody mid-AQ, or maybe not kick, because that doesn't really happen a lot, but maybe somebody, like an emergency pops up, and you know, I don't think you should just be forfeited out from completing the map. I think there should be a way that you can go back and you can cover a second path. And it would be a cost, and maybe, you know, there'd be systems in place that you couldn't just do it all the time. So you'd still have to recruit and still have to, you know, still be incentivized to have a full alliance. But just something to cover these things that come up in life, you know? I would love to see something like that. If they could figure out the details and get something like that implemented. That, like, the changes that do happen to Alliance Quest, like this, okay, so the new global nodes, I still don't know how I feel about it exactly. Some paths I think it's going to make it really difficult, and it definitely feels mandatory if you're trying to maintain your rankings, instead of feeling optional. But so like some negatives about it, but also at the same time, maybe it won't increase the difficulty that much, and if there's going to be like some better rewards for it, maybe I don't mind, you know, maybe it's a welcome change. But at the end of the day, I feel like the last couple of years of changes to Alliance Quest that have happened aren't as good as if they just added these two things. A way to go back to the start of the quest, and a way to just like a little energy boost for AQ. Those are by far the two biggest changes that I would make to AQ. Then we can start talking about other stuff of like, hey, maybe there should be a new map. Hey, maybe a global node system. I got a kick out of people asking me who I use for my Legend run. I say nameless Thanos month. I used Ghost Blade, Stark Spidey, Ghost Rider, Beardo, Hype, Nick Fury, and they go, what? Dude, that's pretty funny though. Yeah, that's one of the few months where you really want to use a lot of champs. There was energy boosts in game before, adrenaline shots, but yes, keep out of Alliance War. It would be abused. Yeah, in war it could be easily abused, probably. Honestly, I don't fully understand why we're capped at 5, why it's an hour to recharge 1, or why we start with 3 if we join early. What's the harm in just letting us run through AW or AQ? Yeah, I agree to some extent. I think part of it is locking our champions up so that you have to rank up like other sets of champions and you can't just use the same champs everywhere. That's part of it. Part of it is probably just they want us logging in all day, you know, trying to get that retention. I think there's room for improvement while still kind of satisfying the things that Kabam wants to satisfy, though. Because it does get to be too much at times, man. Maybe on like a normal day, it doesn't really matter so much, you know. You can log in, you can make your moves, whatever. But normal days, man. Every day is not a normal day. And I feel like it'd be not only better just for like players overall if there was some type of energy adjustment to AQ, but I feel like it'd ultimately be better for like Kabam too, you know? More people enjoying the game, more people willing to spend and stuff like that because they're having a good time, and less people burning out, that type of thing. You sneeze and your booger moves for you? Yeah, man. Don't sneeze while trying to move. BG, I'm level 53 and I was wondering how come you only have 59 points in masteries. You only get 1 per level and you can get more in Act 4, so I thought you could have more than 60. I don't remember. I think at some point do you stop getting mastery points in the 50s, or is that an energy cap? You don't start getting masteries until what, like level? Is it level 6 or is it level 10 or something like that? I don't remember. But yeah, I don't remember exactly. But no, yeah, 59 is the limit. 2 dislikes. Oh man, I don't worry about the likes or the dislikes, and neither should you. Don't even worry about it, man. I can't even see them on my screen, so anyone who does hit the like, hey, I appreciate you. Anyone who does hit the dislike, hey man, I appreciate you too. Thanks for stopping by. It'd be nice to wake up and not worry about, oh crap, I need to move an AQ because don't want to hold up everything. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, AQ is probably always gonna be like that to some extent, like no matter what changes they make, because even if you look at like the opposite end of the spectrum, where if you just had unlimited energy, you still wouldn't want to be holding people up, you know. You would still want to like blast through Alliance Quest as quickly as possible, knowing that, hey, if everyone else is ready to play AQ and they have unlimited energy to get to the boss, like, Well, then shouldn't you be playing too? So I think no matter what, that's just the nature of like a team-based game. But there's ways to improve, you know. I think that's the real thing, is just that there's ways to improve it. Wish they would cut Alliance War defenders down to 3 and condense the map so that it would take less time. I'm still in favor of cutting down the map, cutting down the number of people that can join in a battle group to like 8 or even 7. I would love that, man. Personally, that's my Alliance War dreams are like this, guys. Alliance War. Somewhere between 6. 6 is probably too few. I would say 7, between 7 and 8 people per battle group. The map is shrunk down accordingly. So, you know, you remove a couple paths from war. And yeah, like not everyone has to join war. So you have options there. Like obviously if someone's on vacation, then hey, they're going to be on the bench for that war, so that they can just go relax and have a good time and not have to worry about alliance side things. Or especially war. And then it also gives people an option. Like if let's say you have like maybe like 5 people that are just, oh, they love war and they're gonna be in every single war. But then the other like 2 to 3 people that are also gonna join war that day, you can kind of pick based on the rosters that people have, based on the defenders that are on the map. So a little bit more strategic there. Or you can have people that are just always on the bench unless there's an emergency. So the people that, you know, maybe they're not as good in the game, but they have amazing rosters because they spend a bit higher than average, even if they, you know, and like their prestige is higher than average, even if maybe their number of deaths would be higher than average. And like, unfortunately, sometimes that gets people removed from an alliance or something like that. I just think there's a lot of room there. Alliance Quest, I feel like, is maybe a little bit different than War, where I think at a minimum, like if they did implement something similar to Alliance Quest, I think 9 would have to be the lowest. Whereas War, I could see you dropping down to like 7 per battle group. You know, maybe just have like that one open slot for AQ for like an emergency type thing coming up. But I feel like with Alliance Quest, because it's a little bit more predictable, you do want as many people involved as possible. Where War is competition, and not everyone is down for that competition. That would be pretty interesting. 7-member BGs, but 4 BGs. Wait, what? But 4 BGs. Worst is throughout, so everyone can play or not. 4 battle groups? I don't know. That might confuse things, but that is interesting. Not a bad idea. I wonder if you could do that with the current setup of 3 battle groups. 2 battle groups matter, but like your worst group to I don't know if I like that, because then it feels, it doesn't it wouldn't feel good if, let's say, you got a lot of defender kills, but they didn't matter because that group did the worst or something like that. I don't know if I like that. It's an interesting idea. Might be something there, but yeah. BG, you think that they'll add more types of damage over time buffs in the future? And do you think that they're going to release more masteries in the future as well? I'd say yes to both of those things. Probably not anytime soon. The damage types that we're seeing now, with like Shock and Incinerate being more prevalent, I feel like Shock and Incinerate, they've been in the game for a while, but they're like just scratching the surface with those two. So there's a lot of champions and a lot of interactions they can add with just these two other elements, and Cold Snap too, I guess, like the frost type damage. So we probably won't see any like brand new damage types for a little bit. Here's what I would prefer over like a brand new damage type too. It's getting late, I just realized, man. I'd prefer different types of attacks. The damage type thing, it's dangerous, man. It's real dangerous. That's another big change, that if I was in control of the development for MCOC, I don't know if I would have immunities so much. Might as well pop these. I could use one of those. Okay, real quick. I'll kind of explain what I'm talking about. So, I think a lot of the strength of the characters, a lot of the characters that we have the most interest in, it's because of their immunities. You know, you look at somebody like Cole. Cole doesn't really have immunities. And if characters exist that can deal his level of damage but have immunities, then players are just going to gravitate towards the immunities every step of the way. And this is not a nerf conversation, okay? This is... I just don't think it's good to have it as like a binary, you're either immune or not immune. There's resistances in some characters, but I think overall the game should have maybe went more in that direction of resistances instead of immunities. So you know, there's just more room to work with there. I still think it's a really good idea for Cole to have like bleed resistance because of his, you know, just the way he looks. Sure, he has blood, but like his body, it looks like it'd be really tough to pierce his skin. It's like he's wearing a suit of armor for his skin, you know? So yeah, I always thought it'd be cool to have like piercing, like a type of an attack called a piercing attack. And of course there would have to be some immunities in the game. Robots can't bleed, but maybe, you know, a piercing attack is what causes the bleed, and against a robot, they can still get hit with a piercing attack, but instead of bleeding, maybe they would have some other type of weakness to it. We see this with some characters already, where some characters will have an armor break if the enemies bleed immune, or X23 gains some crit rating and stuff like that. So yeah, like that stuff already exists, and I think that's more interesting. I just think it's more interesting. Robots can leak fluid? Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, there you go. I feel like the immunity should be more balanced. Like if robots are immune to bleed and poison, which makes sense, they should take more damage from shock, which also makes sense. Yeah, there could be things like that too. I think so. There's already like negative resistance in the game too. We just don't see a lot of it. Korg is an example, right? Like Korg takes extra energy damage. I would love to see more stuff like that, because it bums me out, man. It like looking at Archangel, it bums me out that Archangel is such a cool character, really fun to play. When you see those neurotoxins build up, it's awesome. But it's like, I don't know, man. It feels like he's not part of the contest half the time because there's so many immunities. Whereas if there was resistances, okay, sure, maybe Archangel, maybe he wouldn't be the best option if a lot of his damage is getting resisted, but he would still have a presence, a bigger presence than he does today. Because while his damage might not be there, his ability accuracy reduction and anti-healing and that stuff is there, you know? So definitely not a nerf conversation. Just want to make that clear. You could still, I mean, think about resistances for some of these characters. So, like for some characters, a resistance is just as strong as an immunity. You look at Omega Red, and yeah, like he's basically bleed immune, you know. And I'm not, you know, I think we don't need to have every character have that high of resistance either. They could just be balanced on an individual basis. So maybe some characters, like let's say a character who doesn't have an immunity, for example, Iron Man. Iron Man, he's wearing a freaking iron suit. He should have some type of bleed resistance because it's harder to make him bleed, right? And like I said, maybe bleed resistance doesn't make as much sense as like if it was like a puncturing attack, maybe there'd be a reduced chance to cause bleed from that puncturing attack type of thing, you know? But ultimately, it would reduce the amount of bleed damage that Iron Man takes. And to me, that makes sense. And it would make the character a bit stronger. It would allow you to use him in some situations that maybe you wouldn't necessarily want to use him in today. And I think it's also okay for there to be some immunities. Sometimes it's really fun too to just be like, no, you don't take any damage from this damage type. That's cool. You know, Electro and not taking shock damage. Awesome. It's just a little too widespread, in my opinion, all the immunities. Clara's triple immune, but not triple immune at all. She's only single immune at any given time. I think that's cool too, where you just don't have everything all at once. That's usually my thing. Is like I don't want everything, like a character to have everything all at once. That's why I also like the idea of. I'll spin one more of that. That's why I also like the idea of a gear system, where okay, you put on these gloves and now you gain resistance to this type or potentially an immunity to that damage type. But if you want resistance or immunity to a different damage type, well, now you have to take that other item off to make you more vulnerable, to reintroduce the vulnerability to that damage type if you want to have a resistance to this other one. I just feel like there's a lot more you could do there while still having characters be just as strong but require a little bit more planning and not just like an all-in-one, hey, I'm going to counter everything type of situation. BJ, see my AA as another tool in the tool chest. I use them in Alliance War and other quests. I use my champs as a plug and play for best matchup. Yeah, absolutely, Cody. And I run side by side with someone in my battle group that uses Archangel too. So I know he still has his uses. But I still wish that he could be used in more situations than he is now. B-Mana been using AA in Alliance War? Does B-Mana use AA too? Ares has been using AA. You stream an extra 40 minutes? Or is my clock wrong? I was a bit late. It was an extra 25 minutes. But yeah, it is time to head out of here. I mean, if I could snap my fingers and make changes in this game, there's a ton of things that I would change. But at this point, like it's these types of things will never change. The whole like immunity stuff, that's already, it's so established in the game. I wouldn't be opposed to them doing it, but there's no chance that they would change that. That's like one of the core fighting features for characters and stuff. Here's a real question though, BG. With all the bugs and mess we currently deal with, do you think they can implement these types of changes and still have a playable game? Maybe. Maybe not the first update, Dicer. maybe maybe 4 or 5 updates later though, after these changes were made. Then yeah. Or maybe 5 or 6. What about masteries? If they add more masteries in the future, what kind could they be in your opinion? If you could add them, what would you add? That's a tough question, man. I'd have to really think about it. I would love to see more masteries get added, but it gets complicated. I totally understand, like, because I've asked the devs about it at Comic-Con before, and I totally understand when they say, like, there's over 150 characters in this game. If they add new masteries, which I hope they do, but if they add new masteries, they have to be very careful that it doesn't make certain characters too strong. Like, you could say, hey, why isn't there a mastery that enhances shock damage? We already have masteries that extend the duration of bleeds. Why can't there be one of those for shock? And for some characters, that's totally fine. But then you have someone like Nebula that maybe is not overpowered today. She's powerful, and in the right situation, she's really powerful. But if you, like, even if you just extended her shock by like an extra 0.5 seconds, the same way the bleed is, right? 0.5 seconds per point, 5 points, extra 2.5 seconds. Her like the shock on her L2 hits so damn hard. And maybe it wouldn't be overpowered if there wasn't already a synergy with Proxima, you know? So it's just like this deep web that they have to think about for every single champion. I think it's doable to add more masteries. But in Kabam's words, or roughly their words, I don't remember exactly what they said, but they basically said it would just take a lot of development time to, you know, have someone go through as many possible scenarios that they can to try to make sure whatever they added doesn't break the game. On the back end of the immunity conversation, they can introduce resistances rather than immunity using nodes like the bleed one in war that people place void on. Hold on, what? They can introduce resistances rather than immunity using nodes. I can't remember exactly how that node looks. Maybe there's something there, but I honestly can't remember how that node looks. Easier to break offensive masteries than defensive? Usually only hear offensive masteries. I think defensive are scary too, in terms of breaking the game. I think we're just so focused offensively because we do a lot more hitting than we do getting hit. You know, most fights we try to have that. We try to keep the combo the entire time, right? But there's this like critical mass that you hit when it comes to defensive stats, which is why I think King Groot is so good, because I think he achieves it in certain quests where he's just, you could make so many mistakes and recover and just heal from it, and just slowly power your way through a fight. But there's this point that you achieve where, yeah, the amount of damage you take is so little, or there's enough tools there to like recover from it and stuff like that where, yeah, you're just like immortal basically. It probably is easier to break offensive mastery still. Because I think there's more multipliers at play there, right? Like crit rating, crit damage, attack, all the different damage types, the way they synergize and stuff like that. But yeah, that's exactly why they nixed the perfect block synergies. Bingo. Great example. Forgot about those. Nerf King Groot, he is immortal. He is. Same masteries for each class, like 3 apiece, debuff resistance, small power gain, free evade, just throwing that out. Needs more thought, but you can pick the class. Well, so somebody had a great idea. I can't remember who now. But we were talking one day about individual champions having a mastery tree of their own. So if you look in, if anyone in here has played Dota, you know, you get skill points to each character has essentially like 4 abilities, right? And as you level up in that game, you can put the points in one of these 4 abilities, and you get to a high enough level where eventually they're all maxed out. And that's how the game was for a very long time. And then they added this little leaf. It's a little miniature skill tree, or talent tree, or mastery tree, whatever, you know, whatever the word is in that game. And it just allowed a little bit more flexibility where you couldn't max out everything, but it was literally just, okay, you got to level 5, you can pick A or B. Then you get to level 10, once again, you can pick, you know, C or D in this case, and so on. And there was, I think, like 4 or 5 different options to choose from. And I think something like that for each individual champion could be really fun to play with. It'd be a lot easier to balance something like that. I mean, it would still be difficult, and I think people would have to be willing to understand, like, hey, man, sometimes adjustments will need to be made if they added something like that to the game. But I feel like people would be a little bit more open to that versus, hey, you just, you know, nerfed my character's base abilities. Maybe people wouldn't be more open to it, because at the end of the day, it would still be a nerf to their character if they nerfed a character-specific mastery. But either way, I think that could be really good for the game. So yeah, man, I'm gonna have to make some videos on suggestions that I want for the game. Stuff that doesn't piss people off, at least. Just because it's fun for me. I sometimes really hate putting time towards videos like that, like the item or gear video that I made, the relic video, because I feel like it doesn't really help anyone. It's just something that's like fun to think about. Whereas I could be putting that time towards like an actual guide or something, right? But it gets me excited, man. Sometimes it's just fun. I think I have to make videos like that just to kind of satisfy that need of my own. So I might work on some of those things after I get a couple other videos out. Anyway, though, it's getting pretty late, guys. Thanks for hanging out all late into the night like this. Super Dirty Pickle, thank you so much for being the big D of the night. And yeah, thank you to everyone else. Sent over a little something. Appreciate it, guys. We never really talked a whole lot about if the updated banana tree is a good thing or not. Maybe we could talk about that tomorrow. Dicer has it. He might be the only one in here at the moment that has it. I don't know how I feel about it personally, man. I feel like it's kind of fitting, but at the same time, it wasn't my original idea. I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about that tomorrow, maybe. I'll see you guys. See you guys then. Good night, everybody. What time you start streaming? I start streaming 10 Pacific. Normally 10 to midnight Pacific. Looks like a banana tree with balls. Good night, everybody.